The alarm bells rang across Luna Station like a death song. Admiral Tejo ran down the metal hallways, his boots making loud sounds on the floor. He had never heard these alarms before. They meant only one thing. Something was coming from deep space. "Sir, you need to see this," called Officer Minki from the main control room. His voice shook like a leaf in the wind. Tejo pushed through the crowd of worried workers and looked at the big screen. What he saw made his blood turn cold. 12 massive ships hung in space near Jupiter like dark mountains. They were bigger than anything humans had ever built. Each one was the size of a small city. Strange lights moved across their black surfaces like electric snakes. "How long have they been there?" Tejo asked. "They just appeared, sir. No warning. Our sensors show nothing, then suddenly they were just there." Minky's hands moved quickly over his controls. "They're not like any ships we know. The metal, the power readings, everything is different." Dr. Yuna pushed her way to the front. She was Earth's best scientist, the woman who had helped build their first faster-than-light probe. Her dark eyes stared at the screen with wonder and fear. "Those ships," she said slowly, "they're not from anywhere near here. Look at the energy patterns. This technology is thousands of years ahead of ours." Tejo felt his stomach drop. Humanity had just sent their first probe beyond the solar system last month. Now aliens had come to visit them, but these did not look like friendly visitors. On Earth below, President Minho sat in his office, watching the same images on his screen. The phone on his desk rang without stopping. Every world leader wanted to know what was happening, but Minho had no answers to give them. The aliens stayed silent for 3 days. Their ships just floated near Jupiter like sleeping giants. Human ships tried to get close, but strange fields around the alien vessels pushed them away. It was like trying to swim toward a waterfall. The closer they got, the harder the current pushed them back. Then, on the 4th day, everything changed. Captain Dongsu was flying patrol in his ship called Resilience when the alien ships moved. They came toward Earth slowly, like hunters who knew their prey could not escape. Dongsu watched through his window as the massive vessels passed by him. He felt very small, like an ant watching elephants walk by. "All human ships, stay back," came a voice over the radio. It was not a human voice. The words were perfect, but they sounded wrong, like music played on broken instruments. "We come to speak with your leaders." The alien fleet stopped between Earth and the Moon. One ship, smaller than the others but still huge, came closer to Luna Station. A beam of light shot out from it and touched the station's metal walls. "We request permission to speak," the strange voice said. "Send one of your diplomats to our ship. We have words for your kind." Tejo looked at his officers. They all seemed scared, but they also looked at him with trust. He was their leader. He had to be brave even when he felt afraid. "Get me diplomat Jin Ai," he ordered. "Tell her we need her up here right now." Jinny arrived within an hour. She was a small woman with sharp eyes and a quick mind. She had studied alien contact procedures for years, but those were just theories. Now she would face the real thing. "What do we know about them?" she asked Tejo as they walked to the docking bay. "Almost nothing. They have technology we can't understand. They speak our language somehow, and they want to talk to us instead of just attacking. That might be good news." Jinny smiled, but her hands shook a little. "Or it might mean they want us to surrender quietly." A small alien ship came to Luna Station. It looked like a crystal grown in space, all angles and sharp edges. Jinny put on her spacesuit and went inside. The air was thick and smelled like metal and ozone. The alien who met her was unlike anything she had imagined. It looked like a walking tower made of blue crystal. Light moved through its body like water. When it spoke, the words came from everywhere at once. "I am speaker for the hegemony," it said. "You are the human diplomat." "Yes, I am Jinny. I represent Earth and all human colonies." "Good. I have a message from the Council of 12. Your species has been noticed. You have sent machines beyond your star system. This is not permitted." Jinny felt anger rise in her chest, but she kept her voice calm. "Not permitted by whom?" "By us. We are the hegemony. We rule this part of the galaxy. All species must follow our laws. You are young and do not know better, so we offer you a choice. The crystal being moved closer. Jin'e could see herself reflected in its surface many times, like looking into a broken mirror. You may become a protected species under our care. You will stay in your solar system. You will not build weapons. You will not try to spread to other stars. In return, we will not destroy you. And if we refuse? Jin'e asked, though she already knew the answer. Then you will be removed. We have done this before with species who could not learn their place. It is not personal. It is simply the way things are. Jin'e returned to Luna Station with the alien's words ringing in her ears. She told Taeho everything. The admiral's face grew dark with anger. They want us to become prisoners in our own solar system, he said. They want us to give up our dreams of exploring the stars. That's not the worst part, Jin'e replied. I think they've done this before, many times, to other species who wanted to explore space. Dr. Yuna had been listening to everything. Now she spoke up. I scanned their ship while Jin'e was inside. Their technology is amazing, but there's something strange about it. What do you mean? Taeho asked. It's all very standard, very predictable, like they built everything following the same set of rules. But our technology is different. When I compared our fusion reactors to their power systems, ours were more efficient. Our computers process information in ways theirs don't. Taeho stared at her. Are you saying our technology is better than theirs? No, not better, but different, very different, in ways they might not understand. On Earth, President Minho called together all the world's leaders. The meeting room was full of angry voices and worried faces. Some leaders wanted to accept the alien offer. Others wanted to fight. We cannot give up our freedom, Minho said to the crowded room. Humanity has always reached for the stars. We cannot stop now just because someone tells us to. But look at their ships, called out the leader of Europe. They could destroy us all in minutes. Maybe, Minho replied. But maybe not. Dr. Yuna thinks our technology might surprise them, and I know our spirit will. The debate went on for hours. But in the end, the vote was clear. Humanity would not surrender without a fight. The next day, Jin'e returned to the alien ship with Earth's answer, the crystal being waited for her in the same room as before. What is your decision? It asked. Jin'e stood straight and spoke clearly. Earth refuses your offer. We will not become prisoners. We will continue to explore space. If you want to stop us, you will have to fight us. The alien was quiet for a long moment. Lights moved through its crystal body faster than before. This is unexpected, it finally said. Most species accept our protection gratefully. You choose to resist? We choose to be free. Very well. The hegemony will do what it must. Your species will learn why others choose to obey us. As Jin'e left the alien ship, she saw more vessels appearing in space around Earth. The siege was about to begin, but humanity had made its choice. They would face whatever came next as free people, not as prisoners. The war for Earth's freedom was starting. The alien ships moved like a pack of wolves around Earth's solar system. They blocked every path that led to the stars. No human ship could leave. No supplies could come in from the outer colonies. Earth was trapped. Commander Jaemin watched from his hidden base in the asteroid belt. His team had been building secret stations here for months, using old mining equipment and spare parts. Now these hidden bases were humanity's only hope. Sir, they're setting up patrol routes, reported Lieutenant Da-Un from her scanner station. The aliens are being very careful. They're checking every rock bigger than a car. Jaemin nodded. The aliens were smart, but they were also predictable. They followed patterns like machines following a program. Humans were different. Humans could change their plans when things went wrong. Get me Engineer Boram, he ordered. Tell her we need those weapons ready now. On Mars, the first alien ships landed near New Sol Colony. The colonists watched through their windows as strange beings in metal suits walked out of crystal ships. The aliens moved slowly, like they had all the time in the world. Colonel Hyunwoo had been waiting for this moment. He was a small man with quick eyes and a soldier's mind. He had fought in the water wars on Earth 20 years ago. He knew how to fight against bigger, stronger enemies. "Remember," he told his fighters over the radio, "we don't try to beat them in straight fights. We hit them and run away. We make them confused. We make them angry. We make them make mistakes." The alien commander walked up to the colony's main gate. It was tall and thin, with skin like silver metal. When it spoke, its voice sounded like wind through broken glass. "Humans of Mars colony," it announced. "You will come out now. You will put down any weapons. You will be moved to a safe place until your planet surrenders." The gate stayed closed. The alien waited for 5 minutes, then signaled to its soldiers. That's when Boram's surprise exploded. She had taken mining charges and hidden them under the ground where the aliens stood. When the bombs went off, 3 alien soldiers flew through the air like ragdolls. Their metal suits sparked and smoked. "Now!" shouted Hyunwoo. Human fighters came out of hidden tunnels and buildings. They carried weapons made from mining tools. Laser cutters turned into guns, construction robots turned into tanks. Everything was rough and ugly, but it worked. The aliens had never seen anything like it. Their training told them that primitive species used primitive weapons, but the humans were using their own technology against them, just in ways the aliens had never thought of. One alien soldier tried to use his energy weapon, but Boram had prepared for that too. She had built mirrors into the walls of the buildings. The alien's beam bounced around like light in a funhouse before hitting the alien's own ship. "Impossible," the alien commander said as its vessel caught fire. "How do they know how to do this?" The answer was simple. Humans learned fast. They watched, they copied, and then they made things better. While the aliens had been setting up their blockade, human engineers had been studying every piece of alien technology they could find. Dr. Soo-jin worked in a secret lab deep under Luna Station. She had pieces of alien metal, alien circuits, and alien computers spread across her tables like puzzle pieces. For weeks, she had been trying to understand how they worked. The breakthrough came by accident. She was trying to connect a human computer to an alien control system. It should not have worked. The technologies were completely different. But when she plugged the cables together, something amazing happened. The alien computer started working faster than ever before. Much faster. The human computer was telling it what to do, and somehow the alien machine was following orders. "This doesn't make sense," Soo-jin said to herself. She tried the test again. Same result. The alien technology worked better when humans controlled it. She called Tae-ho immediately. "Admiral, you need to get down here right now. I think I found something important." When Tae-ho arrived, Soo-jin showed him what she had discovered. "Our brains work differently than theirs," she explained. "The aliens think in straight lines, step 1, step 2, step 3. But humans think in circles and jumps and crazy patterns. And their technology responds to that." "What does that mean for us?" Tae-ho asked. "It means we might be able to use their own weapons against them, better than they can use them themselves." Pilot Kyung-ho was about to prove Soo-jin right. He was, floating in space near Jupiter in a small scout ship when he saw his chance. An alien patrol ship had stopped to check a broken satellite. The alien pilot had left his ship to look at the satellite up close. Kyung-ho moved fast. He flew his ship close to the alien vessel and used a magnetic grapple to attach himself to its hull. Then he put on his spacesuit and cut through the alien ship's wall with a laser torch. The inside of the alien ship was strange. Everything was made of smooth crystal and metal. Lights blinked in patterns he didn't understand. But the pilot's seat looked almost human-sized. When Kyung-ho sat down, something incredible happened. The ship's controls started to glow. Symbols appeared on the screens. Not alien writing, but pictures he could understand. It was like the ship wanted him to fly it. He touched one symbol that looked like it meant forward. The ship moved. He touched another that looked like turn. The ship turned. Within minutes, he was flying the alien vessel better than its original pilot ever had. "This is impossible," he said to himself. But he was doing it. Back on Mars, the fighting was getting harder. More alien ships had landed, bringing more soldiers, but the humans were getting smarter too. Hyunwoo had learned that the aliens always attacked the same way. They formed straight lines. They moved at the same speed. They used the same tactics every time. So he started setting traps. He would let the aliens see some human fighters in one place. The aliens would attack that place in their usual straight line. But the humans would disappear into tunnels, and the aliens would find themselves surrounded by Bo-Ram's hidden explosives. They're not learning, Hyunwoo told his officers. They keep making the same mistakes over and over. They're like computers that can't change their programming. Engineer Bo-Ram was having fun now. She had figured out how to make the aliens' own energy weapons explode in their hands. She did it by building special mirrors that reflected their beams back at exactly the right angle. The problem with these aliens, she explained to her team, is that they built everything to work perfectly. But perfect things break when you push them the wrong way. And humans are very good at pushing things the wrong way. The alien commander on Mars sent a message to his leaders in space. The humans are not fighting like a primitive species. They are using tactics we have never seen. They are turning our own weapons against us. Request immediate reinforcements. The answer came back. Quickly, impossible. Primitive species do not have such abilities. You must be making errors. Continue the mission. But the alien commander knew what he was seeing. These humans were dangerous in ways the hegemony had never encountered before. In space, more alien ships arrived every day. The blockade grew stronger, but the humans in the asteroid belt were getting stronger too. Jamin's hidden bases were becoming small cities. Families of miners and engineers were building new weapons, new ships, new plans. They were using asteroid rock and ice to make everything they needed. The aliens think they have us trapped, Jamin told his people during a meeting in the main asteroid base. But they've really done something else. They've given us time to learn, time to prepare, time to become something they've never faced before. Dr. Sujin's discoveries were spreading to every human base. Engineers were learning how to make alien technology work for humans. Pilots were learning to fly captured alien ships. Scientists were learning to use alien computers. But most importantly, humans were learning that they had something the aliens didn't have: the ability to think in new ways when old ways stopped working. As the weeks passed, small groups of human ships started to escape the blockade. They used captured alien technology and human cleverness to slip past the patrols. Each escape made the aliens more confused and more angry. The siege that was supposed to make humans surrender was instead making them stronger. The hegemony had made a mistake. They had given humanity exactly what it needed most: a reason to fight and time to learn how to win. The war was just beginning, but already the aliens were starting to realize that these humans were not like any species they had conquered before. 3 months had passed since the aliens first appeared. The siege continued, but everything was changing. In secret bases scattered across the solar system, humans were learning to do impossible things. Chief Engineer Woo Jin stood in his workshop looking at the alien energy weapon on his table. It was sleek and beautiful, made of materials that seemed to glow with their own light. The alien who had carried it was now a prisoner in the base's holding area. "Watch this," Woo Jin said to his assistant, young engineer Nam Soo. He picked up the weapon and fired it at a metal target. The beam cut through the steel like butter. "Not bad, right? But watch what happens when we modify it." Woo Jin opened the weapon's casing and made small changes to the crystal inside. He moved some wires and adjusted some settings. Then he fired it again. This time the beam was much brighter and stronger. It cut through the same target 40% faster than before. "How did you do that?" Nam Soo asked, his eyes wide with wonder. "The aliens built this weapon to work safely," Woo Jin explained. "They made it so it would never break down or hurt the person using it. But they also made it weak. I took away the safety controls and let it use all its power." "Won't that make it dangerous?" Woo Jin grinned. "Very dangerous, but not to us. We know how to handle dangerous things. The aliens seem to be afraid of anything that might break." Across the asteroid belt, similar scenes were happening in dozens of workshops. Human engineers were taking alien technology and making it better, not by copying it, but by understanding it and then changing it in ways the aliens had never thought of. Dr. Yunji was working on a different kind of problem. She was trying to figure out why humans could control alien technology so easily. Her research station was buried deep inside a large asteroid, hidden from alien patrols. "Look at these brain scans," she said to her research team. On the screen were images of human and alien brains. The alien brain works like a very powerful computer. It processes information in perfect order, following logical steps. Very efficient, very organized. She changed the image to show a human brain. "Now look at ours. It's messy, chaotic. We make connections between ideas that have nothing to do with each other. We jump from one thought to another in ways that make no sense." "That sounds bad," said Dr. Tae-young, one of her assistants. "Actually, it's amazing," Yoonji replied. "The alien technology was built by brains that think in organized patterns. But when chaotic human brains control it, new possibilities open up. We can make their machines do things they were never designed to do." She showed them a video of pilot Kyung-ho flying a captured alien ship. He was doing barrel rolls and impossible turns that should have torn the ship apart. But the ship was holding together and moving faster than it ever had before. "The alien pilot would never try those moves," Yoonji explained. "His brain wouldn't even think of them. But Kyung-ho's brain thinks of crazy things all the time. And somehow the ship responds to that craziness by becoming more than it was designed to be." Lieutenant Da-yoon was about to prove this theory in the most dangerous way possible. She was leading the first major counterattack against the alien blockade around Jupiter. Her small fleet consisted of 5 captured alien ships flown by human pilots and 10 human ships equipped with modified alien weapons. It should have been no match for the 30 alien vessels guarding Jupiter's space. "Remember," Da-yoon told her pilots over the radio, "don't fight like they expect us to fight. Don't follow formation patterns. Don't attack in straight lines. Be unpredictable, be crazy, be human." The alien commander watching Jupiter's defense sensors couldn't believe what he was seeing. The human attack fleet was moving in patterns that made no sense. Ships would suddenly speed up, then slow down, then change direction completely for no apparent reason. "Are they malfunctioning?" asked one of his officers. "No," the commander replied slowly. "I think they're doing it on purpose." "But why?" The answer became clear when Da-eun's ships reached the alien defense line. Instead of attacking where the aliens expected, the human ships scattered in all directions like leaves in the wind. The alien ships tried to follow, but they were programmed to work together in organized groups. When the humans broke all the rules, the alien coordination fell apart. One human ship, piloted by Captain Sang-ho, suddenly dove down below the plane of battle, a direction the aliens had left undefended because it made no tactical sense. From there, he attacked 3 alien ships from underneath before they could turn to face him. Another human pilot, Lieutenant Hai-wan, used her ship's speed in a way that should have been impossible. She flew straight at an alien vessel, then at the last second spun her ship sideways and fired all her weapons while spinning. The alien ship was destroyed before its pilot could figure out which direction the attack was coming from. "This is chaos," the alien commander muttered. "How can we fight chaos?" His question was answered when his own command ship suddenly shuddered under weapons fire. Captain Sang-ho had somehow gotten behind the entire alien fleet without being detected. "Impossible," the commander said. "Our sensors showed him attacking ships in the front lines." "He was," his sensor officer reported, his voice shaking. "But then he just disappeared from our screens for 30 seconds. Now he's behind us." What the aliens didn't understand was that Sang-ho had used their own stealth technology, but in a way they had never considered. Instead of using it to hide while moving slowly, he had used it to hide while moving very, very fast. The alien systems couldn't track him because they weren't programmed to look for such reckless behavior. The battle lasted only 2 hours. When it was over, the alien defense fleet around Jupiter was destroyed or retreating. The humans had lost. Only one ship, and even that crew had escaped in life pods. News of the victory spread quickly through human space. More importantly, it spread through alien space too. For the first time in over 1,000 years, the galactic hegemony had suffered a major military defeat. On the hegemony capital world, the High Council met in emergency session. 12 different alien species sat around a crystal table, their various faces showing confusion and concern. "Explain to us," said the council leader, a being that looked like a walking tree made of metal, "how a primitive species defeated 30 of our best warships with only 15 vessels." The military commander, a creature covered in golden scales, struggled to find words. "They don't fight according to any known tactical principles. They use our own technology, but in ways we never intended. They seem to enjoy danger and chaos." "Are you saying they are superior to us?" asked another council member, a being made of living crystal similar to the one who had first contacted Earth. "No," the commander replied. "Their individual technologies are still primitive, but they combine things in ways we would never consider. They take risks we would never take. They think thoughts we would never think. Then they must be destroyed quickly," declared the tree being, "before they become more dangerous." "I disagree," said an alien that looked like flowing water held in a transparent container. "Perhaps we should study them more, learn from them." "Learn from primitives?" The golden-scaled commander laughed, a sound like breaking glass. "Impossible." But even as they argued, more reports were coming in of human victories across the solar system. Humans were not just defending themselves anymore. They were attacking alien positions and winning. Back in the asteroid belt, Chief Engineer Wu Jin was working on his greatest project yet. He had taken a human warship and covered it with alien armor. He had replaced its weapons with modified alien energy cannons. He had installed alien engines but connected them to human computer systems. "What are you building?" asked Admiral Taeho when he visited the workshop. "Something new," Wu Jin replied. "Not a human ship, not an alien ship. Something that's both and neither. Something that couldn't exist without both of our technologies working together." He showed Taeho the ship's specifications. It was faster than any pure human vessel. It was more maneuverable than any pure alien vessel. Its weapons were more powerful than anything either species had built alone. "The aliens think their technology is perfect," Wu Jin explained. "Humans think our technology can always be improved. Put those two ideas together, and you get something neither of us could build by ourselves." Dr. Yunji had been right. Human chaos was making alien order stronger, but it was also making aliens very, very worried. As the 4th month of the siege began, the Hegemony High Council made a decision that would change everything. They decided to send their finest fleet commander to Earth's solar system, a being known throughout the galaxy for never losing a battle. But they didn't understand that humans weren't trying to win battles the way everyone else did. Humans were changing the rules of warfare itself. And when you change the rules, even the best players of the old game can find themselves completely lost. The real war was about to begin. 18 months had passed since the first alien ship appeared near Jupiter. Now Ambassador So Young walked through the corridors of a neutral space station, preparing for the most important meeting in human history. The station was built by a species called the Mediators, ancient beings who had made peace between warring civilizations for thousands of years. Their station floated in empty space between Earth and the nearest hegemony world, a perfect place for enemies to meet and talk. "Are you nervous?" asked General Moonho as they approached the meeting room. So Young smiled. "A year ago, I would have been terrified. Now I'm just curious to see how they'll try to make us surrender." "They're the ones who asked for this meeting," Dr. Rena pointed out. She carried a small device that could disable entire alien fleets without killing anyone. Her latest invention, and humanity's newest advantage. "That tells us something." The meeting room was large and circular, with windows that showed the stars. On one side sat the human delegation, 3 people from a single planet. On the other side sat 12 beings representing an empire that ruled hundreds of worlds. The lead alien negotiator was the same crystal being that had first contacted Earth. Its body flickered with nervous light patterns as it spoke. "We have come to discuss terms," it announced. "The war between our peoples has gone on too long. Surely we can find a solution that benefits everyone." "So," Young leaned back in her chair. "I'm listening. What are you offering?" The same terms as before, the alien replied. Your species will become a protected member of the hegemony. You will remain in your solar system. You will not build weapons or spread to other stars. In return, we will not destroy your planet. 3. Humans looked at each other and started laughing. Not polite diplomatic laughter, real, genuine amusement. I think you misunderstand who won this war, General Moonho said when he stopped chuckling. You came to our home and demanded we surrender. We refused. You tried to force us to surrender. We fought back. You lost. Lost? The crystal beings. Lights flashed angrily. We represent an empire of 12 species across hundreds of worlds. You are a single species on one planet. How could we lose? Dr. Rena activated her device. Instantly, every piece of hegemony technology in the room stopped working. The aliens' translation devices went silent. Their communication equipment shut down. Even the lights in their environmental suits dimmed. Because, So Young said calmly, we learned how to turn your own technology against you. Not just your ships and weapons, but everything. Your power systems, your computers, your life support. All of it works better when we control it than when you do. She nodded to Dr. Rena, who turned off the device. The alien equipment slowly came back online. Impossible, whispered one of the alien negotiators, a being that looked like living metal. Our technology is the most advanced in the galaxy. Your technology is very good, agreed So Young. But it was designed by minds that think in predictable patterns. When unpredictable minds control it, new possibilities open up. We've not just mastered your technology, we've improved it beyond anything you can imagine. Captain Jinsu entered the room carrying a data pad. Sorry to interrupt, he said, but you wanted to see these reports as soon as they came in. So Young read the information and smiled. Thank you, Captain. She turned back to the alien negotiators. While we've been talking, human explorers have established colonies in 17 star systems that were previously under hegemony control. Not conquered, colonized. The local species invited us to live with them after we freed them from your rule. The crystal being's lights turned dark red. This is unacceptable. Those worlds belong to the hegemony. Did you ask the people living there if they wanted to belong to you? Dr. Rena asked. Because we did. Turns out most species don't enjoy being conquered and controlled by distant empires. General Moonho opened his own data pad. We've also established trade relationships with 47 independent species that were too afraid to resist you before. Funny how brave people get when they see that the hegemony can be beaten. Dr. Chan Ho, who had been silent until now, finally spoke up. He was humanity's newest genius, a young scientist who had created hybrid technologies that combined human creativity with alien precision. Would you like to see what we've built while you were trying to conquer us? He asked the aliens. Without waiting for an answer, he activated a holographic display. It showed a ship unlike anything that had ever existed before. It had the sleek beauty of alien design, but it moved and functioned in ways that seemed almost alive. This is the Harmony, Chan Ho explained. It uses your crystal technology for the hull, your energy systems for power, and your anti-grav systems for movement, but it's controlled by human quantum computers and powered by human fusion reactors. It's faster than any pure alien ship, more maneuverable than any pure human ship, and more efficient than anything either of us could build alone. The alien negotiators stared at the display in shocked silence. The ship was clearly more advanced than anything in the hegemony fleet. We've built 50 of them so far, Chan Ho continued. We're planning to build 500 more in the next year. After that, who knows? Maybe we'll start giving them to other species that want to be free from your empire. Ambassador Yu Jin, who had been Earth's representative on several alien worlds, stood up and addressed the hegemony delegation directly. Here's what's going to happen, she said in a voice that was calm but completely firm. You're going to withdraw all your forces from human space immediately. You're going to recognize Earth's independence and our right to explore and colonize anywhere we want. You're going to stop interfering with the species that want to trade with us or join our alliance. And in return? asked the crystal being. In return, we won't destroy your empire, Yujin replied simply. We could, you know. We've proven we can beat your fleets, disable your technology, and turn your own member species against you. Right now, we're choosing not to because we believe in freedom, not conquest. The golden-scaled military commander who had been sitting silently finally spoke up. You are bluffing. One species cannot defeat an empire of 12 worlds and hundreds of colonies. So Young smiled and activated her own communication device. Admiral Youngsu, please give our guests a demonstration. On the room's main screen, images appeared from across hegemony space. Human ships were positioned near major alien worlds, space stations, and military bases. Not attacking, just waiting. These are live feeds, So Young explained. Right now, human vessels are within striking distance of every major hegemony installation. They're using your own stealth technology, so your sensors can't detect them. They're armed with weapons that can disable your defenses without killing your people. She paused to let this information sink in. We could end your empire in a single, coordinated strike. We could free every species you've conquered and take control of every world you rule. But we won't, because we're not conquerors. We're explorers. We want to discover new worlds and make friends with new species. We want to trade and learn and grow together. The alien negotiators whispered among themselves in their various languages. Finally, the crystal being spoke again. What assurance do we have that humans won't become conquerors in the future? Your species seems very aggressive. General Moonho laughed. We're not aggressive. We're stubborn. There's a difference. We don't want to rule the galaxy. We just refuse to let anyone else rule us. Besides, added Dr. Rina, we've learned something important from fighting you. Empires that rule through fear eventually fall apart, but communities that work together through choice become stronger over time. The negotiations continued for 3 days. In the end, the hegemony agreed to all of humanity's demands. They would withdraw from human space, recognize Earth's independence, and stop interfering with species that wanted to join the growing human alliance. But the most important agreement was about the future. Humans and the hegemony would share technology and knowledge. The rigid, efficient alien technologies would be improved by chaotic human creativity. The wild, innovative human technologies would be refined by careful alien engineering. Perhaps, said the crystal being, as the meeting ended, we can learn something from each other. That's the idea, So Young replied. The galaxy is big enough for everyone to be free. 6 months later, Ambassador Yu Jin stood on the observation deck of humanity's first embassy on the hegemony capital world. Ships from dozens of species moved through the space around the planet, not as conquerors or subjects, but as partners and friends. Captain Jinsu joined her at the window. Hard to believe it all started with them telling us we couldn't leave our own solar system. Yujin smiled. Maybe they did us a favor. If they hadn't challenged us, we might never have learned what we were really capable of. So what's next? Jinsu asked. Yujin pointed toward the stars visible through the window. Everything. We're going to explore every star system we can reach. We're going to meet every species we can find. We're going to learn everything there is to learn about this amazing galaxy. And if someone tries to stop us again, Yujin's smile became more determined. Then we'll remind them that humans don't back down when someone tells them they can't. Do something, we get stubborn, we get creative, and we get free. Admiral Youngsu stared at the star map spread across the holographic table in his command center. The alien symbols and routes glowed blue in the dark room. This information had cost them dearly. Captain Sang-ho had risked everything to capture it from a hegemony command ship. 37 star systems, Youngsu said to his officers. That's how big their supply network is just in this region. They have bases, fuel stations, and weapon factories spread across all of them. Commander In-ho leaned forward. And they never expected anyone to attack them there. Look at these defense readings. Most of their outer bases have almost no protection at all. Because no one has ever been able to reach them, added Navigator Jiho. Until now, the plan that Youngsu was developing was the most dangerous thing humanity had ever attempted. Instead of just defending Earth, they would take the war to the enemy's territory. They would attack alien bases in distant star systems using captured and improved alien ships. The hegemony has ruled this part of space for 1,000 years, Young-Soo told his staff. They've forgotten what it's like to be afraid. We're going to remind them. Fighter pilot Hai-Wan was already making the aliens afraid. She had become a legend among both sides for her impossible flying. Her ship, a captured alien fighter modified with human weapons, could do things that made experienced pilots dizzy just watching. She was leading a strike against an alien supply convoy near Proxima Centauri when she discovered something interesting. The alien ships were fast and well-armed, but their pilots were terribly predictable. They're following a pattern, she told her wingmate over the radio. Watch, turn left, fire forward, turn right, fire forward, repeat. It's like they're dancing to music we can't hear. So how do we beat them? Asked the other pilot. We don't dance, Hai-Wan replied with a grin in her voice. She dove her ship straight down toward the largest alien freighter, then at the last second spun sideways and fired all her weapons while rotating. The alien escort ships tried to follow her movement and crashed into each other. The problem with dancing, she explained as she destroyed 2 more ships with impossible maneuvers, is that everyone has to know the same steps. But humans never learned the dance. Scientist Seok Jin was working on an even more dangerous project back on Luna Station. He was trying to predict where alien fleets would go before they went there. His quantum computers were analyzing thousands of alien movements, looking for patterns. They're very organized, he explained to Dr. Yuna. Too organized. They plan everything perfectly, but they always plan the same way. If I can figure out their planning system, I can tell you where they'll be tomorrow. That sounds impossible, Yuna replied. Maybe for their computers, but human computers think differently. We can see patterns they can't see because we look for different things. Seokjin's breakthrough came when he realized that alien military planning was based on mathematical efficiency. They always chose the path that saved the most fuel, the formation that protected the most ships, the attack that caused the most damage with the least risk. It's like playing chess against someone who always makes the mathematically perfect move, he said. Once you know the math, you know what they'll do. His predictions started small. He told Commander Inho that an alien patrol would pass through a certain asteroid field at exactly 0600 hours. When human ships arrived there at 0559, they found the alien patrol right on schedule. The aliens were destroyed before they could send a warning. Soon, Seok Jin was predicting entire fleet movements. He could tell the human commanders exactly when alien reinforcements would arrive at a battle, and by which route. He could predict when alien bases would be most vulnerable to attack. The aliens began to realize that the humans somehow knew their plans before they made them, but they couldn't understand how. Their communication codes had never been broken. Their strategy meetings were held on secured vessels. Yet somehow, the humans always knew what was coming. Navigator Ji-ho was using Seok Jin's predictions to plan the deepest strike in human history. A small fleet of captured alien ships crewed by humans would attack the main hegemony supply base at Wolf 359, 24 light-years from Earth. This is crazy, admitted Captain Dong-Soo as he looked at the mission plan. We'll be completely cut off from home. If something goes wrong, no one can help us. That's what makes it perfect, Ji-ho replied. The aliens would never expect us to do something so dangerous. They think we're still trapped in our own solar system. The strike force consisted of 12 ships. All of them were alien vessels that had been captured and improved by human engineers. Their hulls looked alien. Their energy signatures read, alien. But their crews were completely human. The journey to Wolf 359 took 3 weeks. During that time, the human crews practiced alien communication procedures and learned to move their ships like alien pilots. When they arrived at the target system, they would have to fool alien sensors and alien commanders long enough to get close to their target. Wolf 359 was a red dwarf star surrounded by artificial space stations. The main base was the size of a small moon, built from crystalline materials that sparkled in the star's dim light. Hundreds of alien ships moved around it like busy insects. Remember, Captain Dongsu told his pilots, we're just another supply convoy coming in for refueling. Act bored. Act routine. Don't do anything interesting until we're close enough to count their weapons. The deception worked perfectly. The alien traffic controllers directed the human ships to Docking Bay 47, just like they would any other supply convoy. The humans followed orders, moved slowly, and did everything exactly the way alien pilots would do it, right up until they opened fire. The attack was devastating. The aliens had never been attacked in their own territory before. Their defensive systems were designed to prevent ships from approaching the base, not to stop ships that were already inside their defensive perimeter. Captain Dongsu's ship fired modified human missiles that used alien guidance systems. The missiles were small enough to slip past the base's shields, but powerful enough to destroy entire sections of the station. Other human ships attacked the fuel depots and weapon storage areas. In 30 minutes, they destroyed supplies that would have supported alien operations for months. But the most important part of the mission wasn't destruction. It was information. While his ships were attacking, Navigator Jiho was downloading data from the base's computers. Fleet movements, supply schedules, communication codes, strategic plans, everything the hegemony used to coordinate their vast empire. Got it, Jiho shouted over the noise of battle. All the data is copied. We can go. The human fleet escaped just as alien reinforcements arrived. They had struck deep into enemy territory, caused massive damage, and escaped with secrets that would change the entire war. When news of the attack reached the Hegemony High Council, the reaction was panic. For the first time in their history, their home territory had been successfully attacked by an enemy force. How is this possible? Demanded the council leader. Wolf 359 is 24 light-years from Earth. How could primitive ships travel so far? They're using our own vessels against us, the military commander replied. Ships we thought were destroyed or disabled. Somehow they've learned to operate them better than our own pilots. And they're using our own tactics against us too, added the intelligence officer. They approach like friendly vessels, then attack when our defenses are down. It's brilliant. For the first time, the hegemony was beginning to understand what they were really fighting. These weren't just primitive aliens with stolen technology. These were beings who could take any system, any plan, any weapon, and turn it into something new and dangerous. The Battle of Proxima Station came 3 weeks later. It was the largest space battle in the region for over a century. The aliens brought their finest fleet commander and their best ships. They were determined to crush human resistance once and for all. But the humans brought something the aliens had never encountered: the complete tactical database from Wolf 359. Seok Jin's computers had analyzed every piece of alien strategy data. Commander Inho knew exactly how the alien commander would position his ships, exactly when he would attack, and exactly how he would retreat when things went badly. The battle lasted 18 hours. When it was over, the alien fleet was destroyed and their famous commander was dead. The humans had lost only 5 ships. More importantly, they had proven something that terrified the hegemony. Humans could win any battle if they had enough information and enough time to prepare. The siege of Earth was breaking down. Human ships were moving freely through space that had been controlled by aliens for months. Supply lines were cut. Communication networks were compromised. The perfect order of the hegemony was dissolving into chaos. And in that chaos, humanity was thriving, like never before. The aliens were finally ready to admit they had made a terrible mistake. But it might already be too late to fix it.